Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another look good, smell good fragrance reviews. And as you can tell by the channel guys, today we're doing something different. Going to go over comparison, review and rating of these three fragrances I have in my collection. For men, sexy, date night fragrances. Guys, if you're going on a date, you're going on a night out, you want to get yourself a bottle of one of these three at least. We got Valentino Uomo Absolu Noir, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, and last but not least, Versace's Oud Noir. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get unboxing and presentations of these fragrances. We're just going to be doing a quick review and comparison. But just off the top, Valentino Uomo's Absolu Noir. This fragrance, this bottle right here, guys. This bottle itself, it just is so sexy just by looking at it. You don't even have to wear this, guys. You can just show somebody this and they're going to give you a compliment like, damn, that bottle looks kind of sexy. So Valentino Uomo Intense, definitely when it comes to the bottle and the presentation, gonna have to give the win to Absolu Noir Absolu. The black, the gold, the way it looks, amazing. But hey, enough of this. Let's get down to the actual review, guys. Valentino Uomo Absolu Noir, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, and Versace's Oud Noir. Which one takes the #1 spot? If any of you have tried these fragrances and you own three and you tried it, you have your own favorite, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll be happy to know. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so let's start with the first one on the list, Versace's Oud Noir. This fragrance right over here, guys, out of the three, this is going to be the most masculine. To me, guys, this is just it's a woody and oud scent. It's just a scent based on ouds and woods, guys. That's it. It's really strong when you initially spray it. It's just got that leatheriness to it, a bit of leather and a bit of oud and woods. This is definitely for that man who's trying to get into explicit oud and wood scents. The reason now, what I mean by this is that sometimes you can get a woody fragrance, if not all the times, or a oud based fragrance that has some florals and some fruits. When that happens, the fragrance changes and it doesn't remain so much of a woody scent, rather it becomes a floral woody scent or a sweet oriental woody scent. But then you get scents like this that in the top notes, the base notes, the heart notes, it's just oud and wood. So for the most part, this scent is explicitly woods and ouds, and that's all it is. So if you're getting into, or you want to get into these type of scents where you're just explicitly wearing an oud based scent or a wood based scent, this is a starting off place. This is one that I'd recommend if you want to start or go down that road. The oud's not too strong, it's not too medicinal, it's not too skanky, and the woods in this, they smell really nice. It's blended to perfection. It's a great scent from the house of Versace. However, it's not talked about that much in the in the fragrance community. It's not one of the most popular ones, and it's because of the scent. How does it smell, guys? Like I said, it's this leathery, woody type scent. In the dry down, it might be a little bit harsh for some people. Not the dry down, in the opening. In the opening, this might be a little harsh for some of you guys, but once it hits the dries down, you do get that sexy, woody type scent. And this is why this is great for a night out, and it's also excellent for a date night. However, if you're going to be wearing this on a date, make sure you spray on about half an hour before. With that being said, guys, the performance on this fragrance is not so good. You're looking at 1.5 to 2 hours of projection and longevity, maybe 4 to 5 hours, or for some people 5 to 6 on clothes. Performance isn't so good. It's an eau de parfum concentration, and to be honest, for the reason that most of you might out there buy this, for the reason of being a date night scent or being a scent that you're going on a night out, for being that type of scent, sometimes you don't want these type of scents to perform or be over empowering to your partner. For example, if you're going on a date, you wouldn't want to over empower somebody with the scent of this. So the fact that it does sit close to the skin is actually a good thing. Do I mind owning it? No. Do I like it? Yes. Do I wear it? Yes. How does it compare to the other two? We're gonna find out. But Versace Oud Noir, guys, great scent, amazing fragrance, a really masculine, woody type scent. If you want to get into ouds, you want to have that masculine scent, give a look into Versace's Oud Noir. You won't be disappointed. However, please do know that this fragrance, no matter what time of the year, it just doesn't seem to go into discount. Or so if you want to buy it off eBay, you want to buy it used off a website, I suggest you do that. But for some reason, Versace's Oud Noir, it just always stays at that same price. You don't see it dropping. It doesn't get on sale. So it's one of those scents that it just doesn't go down. So whenever you find it, pick up a bottle if you wish to do so, or sample it before you buy it. Great fragrance, great night out fragrance, great date night fragrance. Only two things: it's a woody, oud based scent, which might be a little bit too masculine for some people, and the performance isn't so good. Let's move over to the second one. Number 2 on our list is going to be Valentino's Uomo Absolu Noir. Now this fragrance over here, guys, what an amazing scent. This is a beautiful, dark, seductive, sexy, sensual scent. Beautiful, amazing. You can't go wrong with this scent. This is definitely a lady killer. Like I said in the opening notes, you just have to show somebody this fragrance and you're going to get a compliment. The way that it looks, the bottle design that it has, the way that it comes out, the initial spray that you get from this, guys, it's amazing. And man, does this fragrance smell so good. This has got to be one of the most sexiest scents that I've ever smelled. Do I recommend it to anybody out there? Hell yes, I do. Some of the notes that you're going to get, guys, is sandalwood, pepper, and cinnamon. Just some of the notes. And man, does this smell dark, seductive, mysterious, sexy, sensual. As I said in the opening, you don't even need to, you can just show somebody the bottle design of this fragrance and they're going to give you a compliment just on the base of the bottle. It looks beautiful and it smells beautiful too. How does this perform, guys? An average performer. Now, these are all eau de parfum concentrations. I'm going to mention this at the end. I'm going to say it right now. With these type of scents, guys, eau de parfum concentrations, all 3 of these fragrances, they don't project, in my opinion. You get about an arm's length of projection. With these type of scents, should that be a concern for you? The answer is no. Guys, sometimes you don't need a scent to be too overpowering that it reaches the other side of the room. You don't need a scent that you're going on a date and instead of pleasing the woman, is going to in fact annoy her and she's not going to like it. So scents like this that you wear on a date, they do sit a little bit closer to the skin. They have an average performance about 5 to 6 hours, and that's exactly what you want, and that's exactly what I want. And that's why, regardless of the 3 of these fragrances performance, I still love all of them, because for what they are, for what you can do with them, this is exactly what you need. You don't need something too loud, too over projecting. However, the performance on this, guys, is good. It's just above average. Projection wise, I went with 4 to 6 sprays and I easily got close to 2 hours projection. Longevity, again, 5 to 6 hours, maybe even longer for some people. Valentino Uomo's Absolu Noir, definitely take my advice on this. This is a lady killer. It might be up there in the most expensive, I think, in the whole list that we have today. Maybe Tom Ford's Noir Extreme and Valentino Uomo's Noir Absolu might be on the expensive side. But would I recommend you spend money on these 2 fragrances for going on a date? Hell yes, I would. So Valentino Uomo's Absolu Noir, great fragrance, great smelling scent, sexy, dark, seductive. Is this going to get you compliments? Yes, it's every woman. I've got a feeling, right? Any woman that smells this is going to love it. In fact, she might love it to the point that she might want to wear it herself. But I'm telling you guys, if you don't own this in your collection, you haven't tried it, definitely get your nose on it and make sure you wear it around a woman. Sometimes guys can wear scents like this and to them they might feel like nothing, but when you wear this around the woman, she's definitely going to like it. And I've worn it and got plenty of compliments from this fragrance. So yeah, great release from the house of Valentino Uomo. Excellent. Do purchase yourself a bottle of Valentino Uomo Absolu Noir. You won't be disappointed. Let's now finally move over to our third and final fragrance, guys. None other than Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. Let's do it. Now this fragrance over here, guys, again, it's an oriental woody scent, beautiful scent, amazing scent. Just some of the notes that you're gonna get from this fragrance: cardamom, neroli, nutmeg, vanilla, and sandalwood if I'm mistaken. And my favorite note within this fragrance, or favorite accord, Tom Ford, guys, tried to create a kulfi accord. Now, in order to do this, he used the notes of pistachios, vanilla, and cardamom, and creamy vanilla and cardamom. And man, does the note of pistachio in this fragrance make it unique. This is the note, my favorite note, and it's not a note, it's an accord. So he went with a kulfi accord. For those of you that don't know what a kulfi is basically an ice cream that's typically found in India and other Middle Eastern countries, and it's really sweet. Most of the time you're going to find pistachios in it, cardamom in it, and sometimes you can also find saffron in it. So you might be able to find one in your local store if they do sell it, but that's a kulfi if you don't know. And Tom Ford created that kulfi note within this fragrance, kulfi accord, sorry. And in that kulfi accord, in order to achieve that kulfi accord, they had the note of pistachios, cardamom, and that creamy, smooth vanilla type scent. And man, does it just give this fragrance a bomb of sweet and seductive and sensual. It's like inviting, it's intoxicating. Do I like this fragrance? Hell yeah, I think Tom Ford did an excellent job with Noir Extreme. Out of the three fragrances, guys, and I need to mention this, I was having a conversation about this with somebody else before, that as a fragrance reviewer, sometimes you just have to mention, knowing that there's other men out there who aren't like myself, and I enjoy sweet fragrances, I enjoy gourmand fragrances, but I know there's a lot of men, some men out there that just can't stand sweet fragrances. They can't do it. So it needs to be said, and I'm going to tell the truth. Out of the three of these fragrances, guys, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, to my nose, humble opinion, has the most feminine smelling scent. Now I'm only saying that for you guys out there that don't like sweet fragrances. With the vanilla, the kulfi accord, and other sweetness, out of the three of them, this has got to be the most sweetest. It has that sweet, fruity, floral type vibe with the woods in the background. As for the other two, Valentino Uomo's Absolute Noir and Versace's Oud Noir, they have a masculine scent right from the get-go. All men should be able to pull them off, but I do see a couple of guys out there saying that Tom Ford's Noir Extreme can be just a little bit too feminine, a little bit too sweet, and it's not going to be liked by most guys. However, listen to what I'm saying to you. Most women that smell this from you, they're definitely going to like it. It does have just that slight hint of Middle Eastern sweetness. Does it smell good? Yes, it's inviting, encapsulating. Anyone that smells this from you, you're going to smell unique. The ladies are going to love it. As for the performance, guys, it's the exact same as Valentino Uomo Noir. You get maybe 2 to 3 hours eau de parfum concentration. Longevity, again, for some guys they're getting 6 to 7. Other people are saying they're lasting the whole day. For me personally, guys, longevity wise, again, I got 5 to 6 hours. Not something that I'm complaining about. Like I said, I'm gonna put these fragrances in the date night and the night out categories. Sexy scents, date night scents, night out scents. When you have scents like that, you don't always have to go with beast mode performance. You don't always have to have excellent performance. Even these fragrances can sit close to the skin and they still manage to get you compliments. They still manage to get the job done. And that said, another one that we can put in here, it's not a noir, but CH Men Privé. Now CH Men Privé, for a lot of guys, again, performance wasn't so good, but when you talk about compliments, it got them. When they talk about reactions, they got them. When you talk about that whiskey sexy scent, it had it. So that's what I'm saying. The exact same thing with these three noirs that I have over here. Even though their performance isn't the best, you don't need to have the best performance. Great performers for the occasion that you need them for, they will get the job done. That was our final fragrance, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. So yeah guys, let's now move over to the official rating between the three of these scents. Which takes number one, which takes number second, and which one's going to come on last, guys. So let's do that right now and give it my rating. Before I continue with my rating, guys, just so you all know, and in my humble opinion, when it comes to all of these fragrances, we're all going to differ. fragrances are really subjective. So what's number one to me might be number two or three to you. What I don't like, you might like. What I think is a little bit too feminine, you might think is okay. But again, as a fragrance reviewer, there's just notes and reviews that we have to put out there to let viewers like yourself know what the fragrance is and what we really feel about it. So with that being said, even though this is on number third, still a great fragrance. Some of you probably already guessed it. Guys, my number third spot's gonna go to none other than Versace's Oud Noir. So this takes the number third spot. Once again, guys, great fragrance, woody, masculine, leather type scent. Performance isn't the best, however, it still gets the job done. 1 or 2 hours and you're fine. So why is this in third place? Guys, compared to the other two, the scent personality on this fragrance does not outbeat the other two. Is this a great fragrance by itself? Yes. Is it an amazing fragrance? No. When you compare this and put this beside Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, and when you put it beside Valentino Uomo's Noir Absolu, then this doesn't match up. By itself, you own a bottle, you want to get it. Great fragrance, guys, will get you compliments. It's a woody, masculine scent. Majority of women might be a little bit appreciating to it, but for the most part, it is that woody, masculine scent. You want to get into ouds, you want to get into woods, and you want to have that scent, give a look into Versace's Oud Noir. Number 3 spot, guys, Versace's Oud Noir. Now, finally, the number 2 spot. Now, this was a close call. If not for most of you, this is going to be like a tie. It was really hard for me to make this decision, and smelling both of them back to back and reviewing them and wearing them, when it comes to compliments, when it comes to just how I wore it, what compliments I received, and how I perceived the fragrance and what I felt about it, number 2 spot was really hard. It could have been a tie, both number 1, but in my humble opinion, for the following reasons, guys, I'm gonna have to give my number 2 spot to none other than Tom Ford's Oud Noir, which takes the number 2 spot. Again, excellent fragrance, beautiful smelling scent, a really close tie to my number 1 fragrance. However, like I said in my reviews, this one was just a little bit too sweet. Would I wear it? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. So yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. Do I like gourmand fragrances? Hell yeah. Do I like sweet fragrances? Yeah. But in the lineup of the Noir, when you pair, in my opinion, when you put Tom Ford's Noir Extreme up against Valentino Uomo's Noir, then Valentino Uomo's Noir, in my humble opinion, completely destroys this scent. If you're a female watching, you can go with Noir Extreme. It does have that little bit, just that little bit slight leaning towards the feminine side. How does it smell? Beautiful. Most men are going to be able to pull this off, and most women are going to be able to pull this off. Most guys out there are going to love smelling this off a woman, including myself, and most women out there I can see would love smelling this off a guy. All of these scents mentioned here today, guys, they're not generally for daytime wear. Again, if you're going out on a night out, on a date, you're spending the night with somebody, definitely look into these fragrances, guys. Number 2 spot, Tom Ford's Noir Extreme, excellent fragrance, really close call to the really close tie to the number 1. However, the number 1 spot, guys, you already guessed it, Valentino Uomo Absolu Noir. If you don't have this fragrance in your collection, guys, you're really missing out. If you've got a date coming up, you've got anything planned, you want to go on a night out, you're going out with your girlfriend, it's your 3rd date, your 4th date, your 5th date, your 1st date, definitely look in and buy yourself a sample or a full bottle. And I do recommend buying a full bottle. There's some guys out there that don't like this fragrance. To hell with what they're saying. This fragrance is just, it is so good. Like, it is amazing. The scent that comes of this, that dark, mysterious, sensual, seductive, sexy vibe, definitely you're going to see more of these fragrances appear in different lists of mine, and you might see them in other people's lists as well. When it comes to cozy, seductive scents, when it comes to sexy scents, you're definitely going to find these fragrances in people's lists out there, and me as well. So yeah, guys, number 1 spot, Valentino Uomo Absolu Noir, a great fragrance. This also comes in a female version. I'd advise you to try that out as well. But this fragrance, for men, you're gonna love it, and definitely the ladies around you are definitely gonna love it. That was my quick comparison between these 3 fragrances. Like I said in the opening notes, guys, If any of you have tried these fragrances or own any of these fragrances, let people know in the comments down below and help them out too. In all the midst of all the other fragrance channels, I really appreciate you following mine and logging on mine. Please do hit that subscribe button. It will help me make additional content. Thank you once again, guys. My name's Mohammed. Look good, smell good. See you on the next one. Take care. Thank you.